Hey everybody. So I'm researching plant by plant at a time. So I'm just going to be starting a ton of playlists for various things. So I have garlic sprouting in the kitchen. I've seen lots of things that you can do with these. Um, if it were in early enough in the spring, it looks like I could plant this and it would grow. I think they take like 6 to 9 months, and they're supposed to overwinter. So you could plant this in the fall, no problem. But now it's June, and so instead of trying to plant it in the garden, because I think it would just get too far along into our freeze before we got any garlic bulbs, and it wouldn't have overwintered, which it sounds like it needs that process. So I found another few cool videos that I'm going to post here. You can just use these garlics, by the way. There's no harm in eating the greens, but I saw this great one that I'll post below. Maybe I'll put an asterisk by it or something, but basically you just put them in a small dish and then add some water, and then they just start sprouting, and then you just keep putting them in the windowsill, and so then you can just use them culinarily. And he just used the greens, and so I'm like, oh well, that's cool, because then at the end of the season, then when they're still green or whatever, but when it comes to fall time, then I'll just see if I can plant them then. But that way we're getting greens out of them. Or if we're growing them and then we're using them, I just figure, okay, I don't know if this is true. Let me know if you have this information somewhere, but this is great garlic that we bought. It's super pungent and wonderful and juicy. So I'm sure the nutrition is pretty great. I'm thinking that this is even better nutrition-wise because it's growing. And then once they're like really growing, I'm sure that's even more so. Also, one of the videos, so I think I'll let some of these go, because I also heard that if you let them go, then they'll make seeds that you can then plant. So then the next question that brings up for me is, if you plant those, when to plant those seeds? Do you plant those seeds before the winter, like you would the pods? But I mean, probably not, right? I don't know. Okay, so that leads to my next question then. And then when you plant the seeds, at what point do they grow into like a clove or a bulb, or does it grow into a clove and then a bulb, and how long does it take? Will it do the first season or the second season? So those are the remaining questions that I'm just going to keep finding videos to add to this playlist. So in the meantime, I'm taking these. You could use them. I'm not going to use them because I want to see them grow, and then we will use them as they go along. And I'm going to let some of them just keep going and see what happens. Cool.